Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver in November, and I'm joined by Alvaro Fernandez-Baca, who's with Tinka Resources. Now, I actually just came back from visiting Alvaro's project in Peru. It was a really interesting trip, and I came back interested enough in the project that I bought some shares and recommended it to my subscribers, partly because it was in advance of a resource update that is now only 2 days old. So we've got lots of ground to cover. So what is the project? Let's just describe in short form what it is we're talking about.
Well, the Ayawilca project is a zinc discovery, basically, in central Peru. It's close to some of the most famous historic zinc mines in Peru. It was discovered by Tinka in 2012 as a zinc project. It was before that it was a silver project.
Right.
And this year we made a high-grade discovery in an area called South Ayawilca. We've drilled that zone over the past 10 months continuously, and that has culminated in a new resource update that we put out this week. So we're very excited, and it's a doubling of in fact, it's more of a doubling of a resource. And we're now planning on moving that forward and drilling for some more discoveries in the project.
Right. So when I wrote the project up 10 days ago, I thought I was being aggressive saying that the resource was going to double with South. And instead you went from 18 million tons to almost 43 million tons. And the South Zone has some of the best grades. So we're talking about some sort of chimneys and some mantos. This is all carbonate replacement, if that means anything to anyone. And there's also this tin zone that's on top, right?
It's actually at the base.
Oh, sorry.
The tin zone is it's a massive pyrrhotite zone with cassiterite, with good tin mineralization that sits at the base of the zinc zones. The zinc zones, it's a typical carbonate replacement deposit. It occurs as what we call chimneys. It's a bit of a jargon term, but basically it's massive replacement of the carbonates. The whole of the carbonate sequence gets replaced by sulfides. And then as you go away from these chimneys, they become manto-like or tabular bodies extending over a kilometer from the chimneys. So it was a pleasant surprise that we more than doubled the resource.
Right.
And I think more importantly, even as you mentioned, the grade, instead of decreasing, which is what typically happens when you lower the cutoff and when you use a higher zinc price, we used $1.15 a pound. In fact, the zinc grade actually increased very slightly with respect to the previous resource. That's a reflection of the high-grade nature of this South Ayawilca discovery.
So right now, with the drilling done on the resource estimate or the resource update, the drills are still turning, but you're looking for, shall we say, the next South Zone, right? And I spent a lot of time looking at this asset. There's certainly room and reason to believe that there could be yet another chimney, manto, something. So that's the goal right now in terms of the drilling.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we think that there is more to be found at Ayawilca. We're drilling some of the ideas that we have for the extensions of the zone. We have some ideas of where these chimneys are developing at the intersection of certain structures, and we're now testing some of those ideas. We actually have some hits elsewhere on the property. We announced some results from a hole we drilled in the past month in an area we call Valley, and that had a hit of about 12 meters at 4% zinc. So that's not a bad discovery in a brand new zone that did not have a strong geophysical signature like Ayawilca did. So we already have some good hits elsewhere, and we're testing for as you say, for the new South Ayawilca.
Right. So already at 43 million tons. So you've already, I would say, gotten to the scale that puts this project in a small category of fairly large, high-grade zinc assets in a place that I think makes sense to mine. So the next step in that is to wrap some economics around here. Talk about what a mine would look like and what the economics would look like, and that is the next thing, right?
For sure. I think it's important that we de-risk the existing resource. We're doing some metallurgical test work right now, and I think the next step after that is to, as you say, is to put some economic parameters onto the resource. We will likely do a PEA next year, and on the basis of that, then we'll take the next steps. But I think it's important to mention that Tinka is not only going to work on the existing resource, but we're going to have a two-prong approach. we're gonna do the PEA, de-risk the existing resource, but also explore for more and do some aggressive exploration drilling looking for more resources.
Right. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of potential in both of those categories. And on the PEA side, I mean, I don't know how, I know you guys don't talk about the tin that much, just to keep the story focused on the zinc so that it's easy to understand. But you know, you throw a tin resource into a PEA and tin trades at like 5 times the price of zinc, right? So it's not going to hurt.
No, it's not going to hurt. It definitely provides additional value to the project. Tin is you know, it's a strange one. It's a commodity that not many people understand. In fact, even from a geological point of view, it's not something people spend much time exploring, except
Right.
some producers and in some jurisdictions. Peru, by the way, is one of the major tin producing countries in the world. That all comes from a mine called San Rafael in southern Peru. I think the tin is definitely provides additional value to the project, but at this point, Tinka is focusing on the zinc.
Absolutely. And this is, with the new resource, this is a large, high-grade, mineable zinc resource that looks like it could get bigger. So
Absolutely, that's the plan.
absolutely.
Find some more and prove that it can be mineable.
Perfect. Well, that's Tinka Resources. Thanks for watching.